The medical legal partnership is all about attorneys and doctors both working at the top of their game and providing holistic representation for clients.
I think these days doctors aren't given a ton of time with their patients. You get X number of minutes and you have to answer X number of questions. And when 4 seconds to the end, the parent drops the bomb that they're about to be homeless, the doctor goes, oh my gosh, now what do I do?
Sometimes what children need the most can be solved by a lawyer more so than a doctor. Children that grow up in poor housing conditions are exposed to mold. This can make asthma worse if they have asthma, so then they miss school. If they're missing school, they're not succeeding in school. And so when you think of what can we do to have people healthy, most of the things are in the community.
There's a lot of families in our community that never even dream of accessing an attorney. The one professional they might have contact with is their doctor, and the doctor's one person that they can really trust, but they can't advocate for the parent in the way that the parent really needs.
So our relationship with the hospital allows patients an easy way to access free, protected, confidential services in a way that they might not be able to do if we weren't sitting down the hall from their doctor.
Because there's nothing worse than a parent seeing their child struggling, seeing their child's future look bleak, and feeling completely helpless about that.
Kingston started off with some behavior issues in preschool. The worst time was kindergarten. He would scale 7-foot fences. He would hit adults, peers, the principal. He would run off, threaten others, threaten to self-harm. And then he went into first grade. The behaviors escalated again to where he got suspended 17 times. He's hurt. I believe he's hurt, He's witnessed domestic violence. He used to say, oh, I'm this, I'm stupid, I hate myself, I want to kill myself. It was a scary time. But I know my son, that these behaviors aren't really him. I know him to be loving and caring and funny and witty and strong-willed. And it was so frustrating because the schools, they left us alone. They acted like it was more our problem and it was our fault and that my son was just being bad rather than he needs help.
Here, Michelle didn't know what her rights are. All she knew is that she felt like she was banging her head against the wall, trying desperately to get help for her son, and nobody was listening. So I set up a meeting with Michelle, and she told me about all these atrocities that had happened in school. The first thing I did is I wrote a letter to the school requesting a comprehensive socio-emotional psychological evaluation. The school responded saying they would test him for special education.
At the very moment that she stepped in, things completely changed. I remember the first IEP meeting that we went to, it was really nerve-wracking because they seemed like they didn't care, but Tamara just came in there just like a pit bull. She was great. She went in there and she advocated for Kingston and kept fighting for him, and it was cool because it's like Kingston had a voice.
When an attorney walks into that room, suddenly it's like the parent has a megaphone. And so we're not trying to be adversarial, we're really trying to be collaborative and teach everyone about what the students' rights are and how to protect those rights.
If it wasn't for Lacey or Tamara, I don't know where we would be. Where would Kingston be if we didn't have any help? He's taking more time to read. He used to hate writing and now he really likes writing. He struggles sometimes, but I believe he knows that I'm always here. I always tell him all the time, I'm always gonna love you and I'm always gonna fight for you no matter what.
And that's why I'm so passionate about this. I feel like everyone needs that empowerment. And if I can help a parent feel like they have the confidence to stand up for their child, that is so heartwarming, that's so satisfying, and that's a wonderful thing.